So as you can see, today's newspaper, the front page article talks about Rafah crossing. So this is important for prelims perspective. Why? After all this gap, after all these incidents, Rafah, that is the Gazans, are allowed to leave the strip, okay, from the Egypt side. So that is why Rafah crossing is important, right? So Gaza strip, all of you as understand, is a locked territory. It doesn't allow the people to move freely from one place to another place. On the one side you have Mediterranean Sea, the other side Israel, Egypt, everything is blocked, okay. Apart from that, North Gaza is being bombarded by Israelis, right? Next, so keep following the Israel-Palestine news. Nothing new to add there. Just keep the names in the mind. Okay. This is important because this is on Egypt side. Okay. Next, selective confidentiality in electoral bonds may not suffice. Supreme Court. Again, this is an argument that is happening between the executive and the judiciary, right? The opposition parties. Opposition in the sense counter to electoral bonds. So Supreme Court is saying any party in power, be it Congress, BJP or any party in power, will have the access to information who is donating to the opposition parties. For example, you are an industrialist, you have donated to the XYZ party. Okay, so I am in power. I will know that you have given money to XYZ party, but XYZ party will not know who is giving me money. So it is working in favor or bias towards the party in power. So what Supreme Court is saying is selective confidentiality in electoral bonds may not suffice. What is suffice? Is not enough, is not sufficient. Okay. Next, as I said, whatever are the arguments are different from judgment. Will Supreme Court keep all these provisions intact or will it strike it down is something we will see in future. Till then, just keep an mind that these are arguments. One is giving argument, the other one will give counter argument. So tomorrow government will come and say why electoral bonds have to be like this only. Okay, that is government's perspective. Okay. Next, this is important article. October gross GST collections climbed to 1.72 lakh crores. Why this is important? GST collection, tax collections, all these things are very important from the perspective of fiscal federalism. Not only that, it also shows the mood of the economy, right? See, if taxes are increasing, that means economy is doing okay or bad. Okay, economy is doing nice only, you know. I mean, government is able to collect the tax. That means somebody is buying, somebody is selling. There is some kind of economic activity, festival seasons. So all these things are spurting what? Demand. That means there is some activity in the economy. Okay. If you look at COVID times, during COVID time, GST collections were very low. There was no economic activity. So states were demanding compensation from the center. Okay, I hope you understand. So from multiple perspectives, it's a good thing. Slowly GST is getting standardized. More people are getting adapted to GST. That is also one point of view you can look at in this article. So all three small articles only. Sorry. But from governance point of view, very interesting article, that is UPSC tightens rules for appointment of state police chiefs. So this is in correlation to the Supreme Court famous judgment, that is Prakash Singh versus Union of India case, right? Prakash Singh judgment. Prakash Singh judgment is about police reforms. Okay. See, police as a function at the grassroots level is a colonial legacy. If you look about it, okay, police are more about hierarchy. Okay, if you control the DGP, you control the state police machinery. This is what most CMs will do. Yes or no? That is why what do most CMs do? Most CMs, when they come into power, they will appoint a DGP who is in favor of them. Probably preferably from their own caste or affinity or something like that. So because of all these things, what will happen? Entire police machinery will be under the control of whom? The executive, I mean the CM, right? then the police power can be misused also. So in Prakash Singh judgment, one of the recommendations is the state governments have to give 3 names or some names, few names to whom? The Union Public Service Commission. Okay, they will do the basic R&D and they will send some names back to the state government. So it is the discretion of the state to choose from the final list. Example wise, I sent 10 names. Example wise, I have sent 10 names. UPSC selected 3 people. What should be criteria? First criteria should be that person should not have any corruption cases. He should have a clean record, exemplar record, etc., etc. Next, he should not be retiring within 6 months. He should not be retiring within 6 months. What is the purpose of appointing a DGP if he is going to retire in 3 months? By the time he gets a DGP post and travels the entire state, his retirement came. So somebody with at least 2 years posting should be given as a DGP post. Then we should take care of other intelligence bureau activities, etc., etc. They will also consider all these things. Then they will send 3 names to the state. Within the 3 names, anybody, it's your choice. This is how it is supposed to work on paper. In reality, what is happening? State governments are choosing officers who are favorable to the state government and they are not even properly sending to the UPSC and all these things. So that is why UPSC have brought in this discussion saying that minimum 6 months or more should be the gap between him and his retirement. Okay, only then that person is even considered. Okay, see, this is what reward, right? Just before retiring, you will be promoted as DGP. You will do all the chamchagiri for CM. Then you will retire. Nobody will blame you. But this is blatant politicization of police. Yes or no? This is called as politicization of the police. Right? Clear? Okay. See, laws will always have loopholes. What are loopholes? You have to go to UPSC, come back and appoint and all these people. So what did some state governments do? Some state governments appointed DGPs as additional in charge. You see the board, right? In charge DGP or DGP with full additional charge. He is not technically DGP, but he is DGP. So this is all what? This is bypassing the rules and regulations. So doing all these things, that is why you can read, right? Uttar Pradesh have 20 crore people population, okay, and that state doesn't even have a full-time DGP. Okay, clear? So this is why we need to have institutions. Institutions are very important. If I clearly know I am appointed by my CM, will I say no to the CM? Will I stand up to him? Yes or no? I will do everything. He will say, encounter that fellow. I will be forced to ask somebody to encounter him. Yes or no? Why? My total power is in the hands of CM. It will become whims and fancies of the CM. Nobody is bothered about police reforms. Everybody is bothered about controlling the head of the police. Okay. So there are a lot of reforms needed. Police reforms is a very important topic for your GS paper 2, governance. Right. Unfortunately, this is one more thing that you have to keep in the mind. IIT Delhi student commits suicide. Okay. Third such case in 3 months. So let's wait for the actual report and all those things. It can be a lot of things. One of them can be stress. Impacting a woman's freedom for reproductive choices. So this article is a reminder about what happened recently in Indian Supreme Court. So all of you remember X versus Union of India case. Okay. Why the case name is considered as X? because X is to protect the identity of the woman. Okay, so there are two cases. One is X versus State of Delhi, the other one is X versus Union of India. Okay, so we will start with X versus State of Delhi case. Okay, the old one. Okay, where a unmarried woman had to go to abortion. Okay, she crossed that government dedicated timeline. Then there was fetal abnormality, etc. Right? So there Supreme Court of India, so same Chief Justice of India, that is Mr. Chandrachud, has given a certain judgment. What is the judgment? The exact lines are in the green color. So right to privacy is a fundamental right. Okay, the right to privacy is implicit in Article 21 of the Constitution, which enables individuals to autonomy over their body and mind, autonomy over body and mind, and allowed women to have complete freedom to make reproductive choices. So the debate is pro-choice versus pro-life. There are two words. The one is pro-choice, the other one is pro-life. What is pro-choice? Pro-choice is power to woman. Okay, she will have the ultimate right to choice. She will have the final choice. See, if the fetus is not healthy, okay, if the fetus is healthy also, don't you think the women have the right to go for abortion? Forget India. See, forget India. Generally, right? Who should have the ultimate choice? Women should have the ultimate choice. This is called as pro-choice approach. The other side is pro-life approach. What is pro-life approach? The fetus have rights. Okay, because let's say after certain days, once you came to know that there is something called as a fetus. Okay, it has life. It has soul. Okay, to kill that fetus is a wrong thing. Why? It's an immoral act. Killing anything with life is wrong. See, there is a difference between person and human being. What makes a person a human being? You get my point, right? So, is a fetus having Article 21? Does that have right? You get the simple debate, right? If you accept fetus, okay, that fetus have a fundamental right, okay, then legally also killing it before 24 weeks is also wrong, no? See, that is what he argues very nicely. Think about it. The orange color line. MTP Act make no such assertion. That is MTP Act, that is Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, does not give any fundamental rights or value of life to fetus. It does not say it has life, that is why you should not kill it. It does not assert it has 14 and 21. No. Fetus is fetus. Then it says up to 24 weeks if it's okay to go for a abortion. If you take the pro-life stand, okay, it doesn't matter whether you kill it in the 26th week or 28th week or 24th week, still killing is killing, no? Then why have this artificial limitation? Even MTP Act says what? Up to 24 weeks, it's wrong. Up to 24 weeks, it's okay, no? After 24 weeks also, if somebody says okay, it's okay. Killing is killing. Right? So, అంటే అదే ఉంటుంది కదా సార్ నాన్ వెజ్ తిన్నాను, వై డోంట్ యూ నాన్ వెజ్, టుడే ఇస్ సాటర్డే, ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ వై డోంట్ ఈట్ నాన్ వెజ్, సండే ఇస్ ఓకే. So the same way, up to 24 weeks is one thing, 26 weeks is one thing, but 24 weeks is also killing, 26 weeks are, see, again, this is not my argument, I'm just giving you pro-life thought process and I'm giving you pro-choice thought process. It is up to you to decide what is good for overall society. Why? Pro-life brings in some thought process like religion, morals, life is life, okay, and it also argues if you don't want to have that baby, let us wait for 9 months, deliver it, then give it for adoption. Give it for adoption. Why should you kill a life? This is pro-life thought process. Pro-choice thought process is what? It's not only about the mother and the child, it is also about her mental condition, her physical condition, her socio-economic conditions. If she is a poor woman, okay, if she is a poor woman, why are you burdening her? So you should take the considerations of socio-economic conditions. See, raising a child is not an easy job, right? It takes a lot of mental toll on the human being. Entire family has to support her, or else entire burden will fall on the woman. Recently in Indian Express, there was a wonderful article. I forgot the writer, but the writer writes, such a moving essay. The thing is, she went into some poor place, like some area with lot of poverty and all these things, and she met a woman, and she was in such a pain. Why? Her own husband has stabbed the children. Why? The children were crying out of hunger. So instead of giving them food, inability, okay, he got angry and he took a knife and he stabbed the kids. One child passed away, she was recovering from injuries, etc., and the other child was also recovering from the injuries. See, that is the amount of punishment that poverty puts on people. Okay, in such a situation, why are you forcing people to have babies? Array, forget about fetus. If you are so bothered about fundamental rights, what about the fundamental rights of the children who are crying out of hunger? So this is her argument. You have to develop your own thought process. So in my understanding, if you are taking a pro-choice stand, okay, don't just look at it from women's autonomy or gender equality or gender rights. It's also about lot of socio-economic conditions. We are a nation with some good amount of poverty, socio-economic conditions, and if the baby is a girl, that will add more pressure both on the girl and the mother. Yes or no? So like this, all these considerations have to be taken. So what this article talks about is, it says Supreme Court judgment in X versus Union of India case, that is the recent judgment, is wrong. Why is it wrong? It doesn't take a pro-choice stand. It doesn't understand the pain of the woman. Okay, we are a pro-choice country. Supreme Court has said this. We are a pro-choice country. But for the first time, we have brought in this discussion about pro-life, that is the fetus. Okay, that is why you have to remember this. Okay. And he brings in the argument of Justice Nagaratna. What does Justice Nagaratna says in the yellow color highlight? You can see it says the woman's choice was paramount and her right to reproductive right include a right to an abortion. Yes or no? Next. Right, so the judgment says in Nagar, in the earlier judgment, they argue that the fetus is not separate entity from the mother. Why? The fetus itself is dependent on mother. Then how can you give extra rights to fetus? Okay, so not only in India, throughout the world, this is a very sensitive topic. You go to any applied ethics classes or any applied ethics, okay, abortion is a very sensitive issue. Because some people look it from a religion point of view, some people will look at it from right to life point of view, some people will look it from right to choice point of view. Okay, on a personal level, I believe it's a pro-choice thing. Okay, I hope all of you understood the contradiction, right? In one judgment, they say women have fundamental rights, that is article 21, she can do whatever she wants to do. In another judgment, you are giving a pro-life kind of judgment. Okay, so you have to make up your mind whether you are pro-choice or pro-life. Okay. So conclusion is, to see the judgment, such a reading of the judgment would efface altogether a jurisprudence that grants privacy to women's freedom to make reproductive choices, a right that is intrinsic in article 14 and 21. That means if I read X versus State of Delhi judgment, it clearly says women have the ultimate right over her reproductive choices, which also includes abortion. Okay, so a 10 marker mains question happily can be written with this enough content. Okay, next, As I said yesterday itself, tomorrow we will see more and more articles on AI and its regulation. So AI and the issue of human centricity in copyright law, artificial intelligence and its consequences. The first and most important point that we have to hear in this is AI do not exist in isolation, right? Think about it. I have to use ChatGPT, I have to use something to create something. Okay, artificial intelligence on its own won't be doing anything. So let's say I am the prompter. I sat in front of DALI E3, that is a tool from OpenAI to create images. I will type something. With the help of AI, my own thought process, we have created an image. Okay, in America, that is not going to get a patent unless there is a human involvement. Okay, and American laws also says you should tell people that I have used artificial intelligence. Okay, in India recently what happened, a person has used his own creativity plus artificial intelligence and he got a patent for that, apart from that, Indian laws also do not force people to reveal that they have used ChatGPT or any artificial intelligence. So same thing, in America they are looking at the thing from a different side, in India they are looking at a thing from a different side. So do we have a consensus? No. Simple logic, right? I hope you understand. In America they say you have to disclose that you have used artificial intelligence. In India you don't have to disclose. Who is correct? Disclosure is correct, but that may affect my revenue sources, etc., etc. So again, that is one point you have to remember. Second thing is, whose rights are these? For example, you ask ChatGPT, tell me story of something something or write a story. Okay, ChatGPT's knowledge is based on certain books, A, B, C, Kichdi mix. It will give you a book. Okay, so does the writer of A, B, and C will get something from you? You wrote a new novel using ChatGPT. Okay, A, B, C books are used to create a new novel D. You are making lot of money on D. Okay, does A, B, C get a single penny out of your work? Aren't you copying A, B, C's work? Do they know? They may or may not know. So should you give some royalty to A, B, C? Are you giving? Is ChatGPT giving? Did you first of all ask A, B, C that I will use your books? Okay, all these are intellectual property rights. I hope you understand. So see, as I will tell you one very simple thing. There is a box called as Pandora's box. In mythology, there is a box called as Pandora's box. Gods very explicitly tell, never ever open this. Okay, don't open. You should not. But what do we do when we are told not to do something? We open it. Okay, artificial intelligence is more or less like that Pandora's box. Okay, once you open it, all kinds of things will come from Pandora's box. All evil things, bad things, negative things have come out of Pandora's box. But what most people don't know is, at the end of the Pandora's box, the last thing that came out of Pandora's box is hope. Okay, hope is what actually gives humans the strength. Think about it. We have pandemics, cholera, diarrhea, malaria, bombs, nuclear weapons, artificial intelligence, climate change. Still we are happily living. People will plan 9 p.m. biryani dinner, right? They have hope that they will be doing something. So without hope, humans cannot survive. I hope you understand. So hope is what makes us stronger, right? The planet is dying. Still we will plan for 2047, 50 years savings plan. Okay, so that is hope. Okay, so the one good thing that came out of Pandora's box is hope. In the same way, what I'm trying to tell here is, artificial intelligence is like that Pandora's box. We have already opened it. It's too late to close it down. But whatever good things or bad things that will come out of it, we have to have hope that humanity will wake up and work on the proper consensus so that everybody will get benefit. Okay, but again, it's very optimistic view, right? You got this, you got the gist, right? What is the gist? The yellow and green color lines are from America. America says this. Copyright can protect only material that is product of human creativity. Fundamentally, the term author used in both Constitution and Copyright Act of USA excludes non-humans. So anything created by artificial intelligence cannot get copyright. And the green color line says copyright applicant had a duty to disclose the inclusion of AI generated content in any application. Barabar, right? Very simple. What do we have? The Copyright Office is yet to articulate any mandatory disclosure requirements of the AI. There is no rule at all. You can apply for copyright without even saying that I have created it from. Next, what he nicely says is after 1957, Indian copyright did not get updated. What do you see? The Copyright Office ignored human authorship requirement in Indian copyright law while granting registration with an AI system as a co-author. Me and ChatGPT, authors of the book. Okay, yes, copyright will be given. Okay, they have withdrawn it, but still it's in the website. So we still don't know what is India's official position. I hope you understand, right? Who is correct? USA or India? China will have its own view. China will say, no, we will not even say human name or AI name. The book is book. Okay, you have to buy. Everybody will have their own perspectives. Okay, so that is why we need urgently global consensus. We need to have what? Global consensus. See, the problem is rich will get richer and poor will get poorer. Using all these things, people who already have talent, money, they will do more works of ChatGPT. They will get even more richer. A software engineer now can ask it to write code while doing 2 to 3 side jobs. He'll make more money, moonlighting, etc., etc. But a poor person doesn't know all these things. He's still working like a donkey for 70 hours a week and he's still not getting any quality of life. So all these things you have to keep in mind. Nothing new in the Malays article we have discussed. Pegasus article we have discussed yesterday. No, nothing new has to be done. One simple thing that they mention is Supreme Court should take it very seriously. Supreme Court should ask the government that who is behind the state-sponsored attacks. If there is an inquiry and if the central government is clear, that is good for everyone. Okay. Right. So this is an interesting article. Understanding the US-Israel relations. If your optional is PSIR, this article makes more sense. If your optional is not PSIR, then all you need to know is this: USA and Israel are BFFs. That is best friends forever. Why are they best friends forever? You can summarize in 4 lines or 4 key factors. What are they? The first one is Israel's strategic value. Israel's strategic value. What is the strategic value? Because of its geographical location, Israel is very important to control the West Asia or the Middle East for USA. Okay. Strategic value means what? If you want to maintain peace and stability in Middle East, from American perspective, who is your best friend? Israel. Because Israel have talent, Israel have weapons, Israel can attack people. It has showed time and again Egypt, Sinai Peninsula and Golan Heights with Syria, etc. So it shows that it is powerful. Okay. In comparison to Arab countries, Israel's strategic value is very high. Next, American domestic politics. Okay. Why American domestic politics? In the rest of the article, they will say that pro-Israeli lobbies actually sponsor up to $30 billion, $30 billion to fund elections in USA. I hope you understand. In America, there are 2 major parties. One is Democrats, the other one is Republicans. Okay. So I'm a Israel guy. I like Israel. I give lot of fundings to parties both that is Democrat and Republicans. So lot of people actually take money from pro-Israeli lobbies. Okay. He cites an example. In 8 years of power, Barack Obama vetoed only once. He did not vote for Israel. Every other time he vetoed against Israel. That means they protected Israel. Okay. So you can understand, right? Whatever, whenever a resolution comes against Israel in UNSC, who will vote against that? US. US will veto. Then there is no progress. Okay. Next, presence of pro-Israel lobby. I have just told you. That is, domestic politics and pro-Israel lobby will go hand in hand. And next, military-industrial interplay. That is, the military developers in USA and the military developers in Israel both work together. So these people will give them technology, they will buy, they will collectively develop. So they have a very good dealings. So these are the four major reasons why Israel and USA are very closer. Okay. Israel strategic value, American domestic politics, presence of pro-Israel lobby, military-industrial interplay makes sure that there is an institutional consensus in the US. For example, you are a media house, you get $1 billion donation, then will you be criticizing Palestine or Israel? You will be criticizing Palestine. Very simple. See, the world is very easy to understand if you know whom to watch it. For example, if you look at Al Jazeera, there is a news media outlet called as Al Jazeera. If you look at Al Jazeera, definitely it will have a point of view bended towards Palestinians. Okay, but if you watch American news channels, it is purely pro-Israel. Okay, within India again there are some news channels which are pro-Israel. You understand why? Okay. So as I said, if your optional is not PSIR, this article is not even worth. Nobody is going to ask you why are Israel and Palestine close, but at least as an aware aspirant, you should know why Israel and Palestine are very closer to each other. Money hai to sab kuch hai. Just for understanding sake, even governments cannot solve problems unless there is a normalcy, unless there is a trust. So what is Mr. Rajnath Singh asking? Rajnath Singh is asking that, you know, both cookies and Métis have a lot of distrust. Okay, it should go away and they should start some samvad. Yes or no? The other day we had the same article, right? So probably Rajnath Singh also read the Hindu paper. So he's suggesting what? Vad samvad. What will happen if people talk to each other? Probably some fears, some imaginary fears will melt away. They might have developed some consensus. In the long run, it will develop into peace. Okay. One example is USA and Vietnam. During USA-Vietnam war also, when the war is happening, okay, what both Vietnam and USA have done is appoint permanent secretaries. That means two people were appointed, one from Vietnam side, the other one was from USA side. Both of them were talking to each other while still USA is bombarding Vietnam, or while USA was still attacking Vietnam. But eventually the talks led to breakdown of war. It stopped the war. It led to peace. You get the picture, right? Okay. So talks are very powerful. Even in the heat, even in the peak of the war also, you should always have somebody to talk to the other side so that there will be some open channel. Okay. Prelims question. Few years ago they asked similar questions from similar topic. Okay. Kazikot and Gwalior enters creative cities list. So UNESCO creative city list, it is given on different parameters like music, architecture, food. Hyderabad is also UNESCO heritage city. Why? Food, gastronomy city. Our food leads to lot of gases. Okay, we love spices. So Hyderabad is the city of spices, right? Gastronomy city. So like this, now which two cities are getting power? Kozhikode and Gwalior. Definitely worth for prelims 2024. Okay, just keep an eye on that particular topic. So Kozhikode is for literature and Gwalior is for music. What is so special about Gwalior music? Any idea? Have you ever heard about something called as Gharana? Gharana? No? Okay. So just keep an eye on what is UNESCO heritage cities. Okay. Very important article again from mains perspective. 53 accidents, 19 deaths per hour road crashes in 2022 says Ministry of what? Health or road transport? Ministry of Road Transport. See, if you see the number of road accidents in India, it is around 4.61 lakh road accidents, and fatalities, that is people who died, is 1.68 lakhs. That means if you divide it by 365 and all those things, okay, every single day 20 people are dying on Indian roads and 53 accidents are happening. We are not even counting amputees, the socio-economic impact and all these things. Okay, so the problem is very severe. 1.68 lakh people are dying on the roads, Indian roads every day, and unfortunately national and state highways, which account for only 4.9% of the total road network, witnessed 60% of almost all crashes and 56% of 60% of deaths. Okay, directly you can write in your mains answers, same paragraph with full stop, commas, everything. Why? Highways are where maximum accidents are happening. So if you have to save lives, what should you do? You should immediately observe all the blind spots in the highways, which government is already doing. It is identifying high frequent accident prone zones. It is using CCTV cameras. Still accidents are happening. That means the most important thing that is pending is sensitization of the drivers. They are either drunk, sleepy, tired, working beyond their capacity. Somebody will drive for more than 16 hours a day. 1 second of slip is enough for you to crash the vehicle, right? So all these things have to stop. We should develop some mechanisms where the drivers will get enough rest. Somebody is observing them. They are made accountable. They are not, see, profit maximization, right? Private companies will push the drivers to work for more hours so that goods will be delivered, but not at the cost of human life. Okay, so accidents have to be reduced. So state highways and national highways are places where maximum 60%, see, out of 1.6 lakh deaths, 60% means what? Almost 1 lakh deaths are happening on highways. That is a very serious thing. So we should develop civic common sense also. Yes or no? Wrong road driving. These are all very common things that people do. Suddenly in the highways they will come from the town. Highway is like this. Suddenly you come from the town. Okay, there is no proper infrastructure, design errors. All these things have to be rectified. So just keep an eye on the topic. How many people die every year in Indian roads? Around 1.7 lakh people die in the roads. And most importantly, unfortunately, what is happening is the severity of road crashes measured by number of people killed by 100 accidents is increasing. 2 cars crashing is one thing. Crashes happening in such a way that people are dying in every crash. That is, severity of the crashes are increasing. You can see the number, right? It has increased all the way from 32 to 36. Okay, so that is also a bad thing. See, government has taken initiatives like airbags, 6 airbags, 4 airbags. Okay, sensitization of drivers. A lot of good things are being done by the government, but still people are people. Okay, this has to change. Many people don't even wear. So we cannot always blame government. It is also our responsibility. Yes or no? That is why RTO, the road transport officers will write behind all lorries, no? Somebody is waiting for you at the home. Please go slow. Nidaname pradhanam. All these things. But people are people. Clear? So these are the important articles in Hindu today. Pro-life wala, that is the one I would want you to keep an eye, pro-life choice. Okay. Very, very interesting article in Indian Express today. The Sarkari Naukari. Right? See, I told you the Maratha reservation still is happening. Why people are wanting to have reservation? That is very important, right? What is Sarkari Naukari? People want government jobs. So this article talks about three different groups. Okay, the first group is about Ahir regiment. Ahir, AHIR, Ahir regiment. Okay, not important, but just understand. There is a group of people who are asking that we have contributed a lot to the Indian army, so we want our own regiment. Ahir regiment. Okay, then there is one more group, that is, he talks about people who are getting skilled in government training centers. Okay, people who are getting trained in government training centers, but their demand is what? Why can't private jobs be made into government jobs? Okay, he wants nationalization technically. See, you are an unemployed youth, government is killing you, you are working in a private company. What does that person want? That person want even that company to be nationalized, so that a government to be nationalized, so that what will happen? He will have job security. He is not bothered about skilling, training, upskilling and all these things. He wants what? Security. So, and the last point he talks about is the Maratha group. The recently Maratha state is also happening. They also want reservation. So, three different groups from three different parts of the country. Everybody is asking reservation. So, reservation is not something that people want for the sake of reservation. There is something more than that. What is that something? It's about social reputation and mental satisfaction, right? You are working in government safety. You work for 10,000 rupees less rather than a private sector, but still you are happy to work in a government job for 10,000 rupees, 15,000 rupees, but are a government job. Okay. Next, why is this happening? He cites two reasons. One reason is government have lot of power. Government can remove some things, government can create jobs. Okay, because the state is too powerful, okay, everybody wants to be in the power. I will tell you a simple example. Let's say you have a alcohol shop or wine shop or something, or a bar or something in let's say in Telangana. Okay, tomorrow a new government came into power and it said alcohol ban. What will happen to all the jobs? All the wine shops will be closed, all the bars will be closed. Who will have jobs? Still government employees will have jobs. Yes or no? This is security that government provides. Because state is too powerful, everybody wants to be in the power. Nobody wants to take the risk. Okay, this is one argument that he tries to bring in. Next. And the second argument he makes is the state is so powerful that it is making the private sector stronger and people weaker. For example, you are a private organization, state will give labor laws are diluted, you don't have to pay salaries, etc. State is siding with whom? The capitalist, not with the labor. Two reasons. One is state is powerful, the other one is state is making the private sector powerful, not the labor. So when the labor doesn't have rights, who will become powerful again? Companies or government. So because of all these things, that is why people in India are more interested in that sense of security provided by government rather than anything else. Okay, even today that is a basic class, right? Think about it, it's a societal perspective. If you say I'm a UPSC aspirant, okay, and etc, I'm not working, people will say, haven't you written group 1, group 2? Why? For them government job is security. I hope you understand. So it's the mindset that is still there. That is what he's arguing. So what should we do? The most obvious solution is to make private sector stronger. to provide long-term employment. See, the same thing doesn't apply to software engineers. Yes or no? The moment you say software engineer, people assume you are very settled, safe. Why? Software engineering is a high skilled job, but there are very few high skilled jobs in the country, and with the advancement of AGA, I don't know how many software jobs will be affected. You get my point? So only if you have very high skilled employment in India, you are safe, or else everybody should get a government job. This is the mindset of the society. Yes or no? So that is why people keep demanding reservation. But unfortunately, how many people will I give reservation to? Already 60% we have given. Yes. Everybody is writing articles about Mr. Narayan Murthy that 70 work. Don't take it too personally. Nobody will work for 70 hours. No? Yes. Will you? Once you become IAS, you will work. Okay. Yesterday we have discussed this article. The bottom line is this. This map is helpful to you. If you can draw this map in your GS paper 2 IR answer writing, that will be more helpful. What is the map? I told you Bangladesh. On the other side India, this side India. What is this new train connectivity doing? It is connecting the Tripura from Tripura to Kolkata. I mean Agartala, that is Tripura. Agartala to Kolkata. So already existing railway line is there. This new red color line is going to connect with the existing line so that people can come from Agartala all the way till Kolkata in just 10 hours. If not for this, what will happen? People have to go from Agartala all the way till cross Bangladesh and then come to Kolkata. It only takes 31 hours. Okay. So it takes 30 hours. This will take 10 hours. Which one is commonsensically better? 10 hours is better. Okay. So that is why India and Bangladesh are developing this road. Just remember that map if possible. Answer writing, one line you will use in the long term, nothing else. First we are trying the cargo, that is movement of goods. Once that is established, then we will start moving to the passengers. Because it's a intra country, right? Like two different countries, border checks and all this will be there, but that is okay. That shows the trust between India and Bangladesh. Or Bhajan, it's good. Okay. So we already have trains with Bangladesh. Do we have trains with Pakistan? No. That is why we say Bangladesh and India are very close. Very simple logic. Okay. I hope you will remember all these points. If you want to write down, you can write down same. Okay. First of all, you have to understand India-Bangladesh relations. Within India-Bangladesh relations, there is one small side heading called as connectivity. Under that connectivity, you will write this name. What is that name? Agartala, Akhura. That's all. New railway line has been started. Antakante oka full stop comma kuda ekku rayaru answer lo. So don't worry about it. Right. Okay. Mains questions are definitely to keep an eye, pro-life versus pro-choice debate. That will definitely be a mains question. Pegasus spyware will be in the news. For prelims, I told you that creative cities, Gwalior and Kozhikode. Okay, that's all. Very, very important stuff. This only. GST collections increased, Gaza bombing. Unfortunately, will be every day in the news. Okay, right. You have any questions? Please do read articles on your own from whatever valuation that you are provided. Okay, see you tomorrow.